What's up, guys? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Nameco, sitting here with Dustin. 2010 Fantasy Football.
Yeah.
It's finally here. In this video, we're going to talk about the quarterbacks and ranking them, but prior to that, we got some new exciting news, and that's that we're going to be running games on the website this year. We're going to have a weekly pick'em combined with a survivor pool. So essentially, all you have to do is log into Fantasy Smack Talk, click on the contest page. It's free to enter, and you're going to have chances to win great prizes like trips to Hawaii. There's going to be weekly national prizes. We're going to be active in them, so definitely check it out. All right, let's get right into those rankings, and we're going to first talk about the number one quarterback this year, and that's not the Super Bowl champion. It's Aaron Rodgers. He had a huge season last year, threw for 30 touchdowns, rushed for 5, and ran for over 300 yards. That's why he's getting the edge over number 2, Drew Brees. Obviously, you know the Saints' potent offense, what they're going to be doing. It's throwing the ball. Brees is expected to have another huge year. And rounding out tier 1 at number 3 is Peyton Manning. He's threw for the second most yards in the league last year. He's going to give you good touchdown totals. I mean, it's Peyton Manning. You know he's going to have a good year.
Moving into tier 2, we start with Matt Schaub. We thought he was kind of an injury risk going into last year, but he proved us wrong by playing all 16 games and leading the league in passing. Should have another amazing season. Number 5, we got Tom Brady. We just don't think he's ever going to go back to the Tom Brady of old, but he's still a great fantasy quarterback. Number 6, we got Romo. A ton of weapons out there. Their offense only got better. He had a great season last year. We expect him to have another great season this year. Moving down, we got Phillip Rivers. Now, he had a good year, but I think people were expecting top-tier numbers out of Rivers last year. Didn't quite happen, but it could definitely happen this year. Still easily a top 10 fantasy quarterback. And rounding out this tier is Brett Favre. The old man just keeps proving us wrong. 33 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. Ridiculous numbers. There's a ton of weapons out there. He'd be a lot higher if he wasn't 72 years old.
Tier 3 starts with Joe Flacco. He's got a new target, Anquan Bolden, out there in Baltimore, so we expect him to open up the offense a little bit. Plus, it's nice that he can just dump the ball down to Ray Rice and watch him run and gain all the yards. Next on our list is Eli Manning. Steve Smith really emerged as a true number 1 last season, so we expect similar numbers out of Eli. You might think we're crazy with our next quarterback, but that's Jay Cutler, Mr. Interception himself. The reason is Mike Martz is now the offensive coordinator for the Bears, which probably is going to mean that Jay Cutler is going to throw the ball a ton, meaning more yards and more touchdowns. Next on our list is the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and of course that ain't Michael Vick, it's Kevin Kolb. Now, just like a few years ago, Aaron Rodgers wasn't waiting for Brett Favre, much like Kevin Kolb's been waiting for Donovan McNabb to leave. He's been in the league for a little while. So don't expect Aaron Rodgers type numbers out of him, but he's a great sleeper to take a look at. And rounding out tier 3 is Matt Ryan. He kind of had a disappointing sophomore season, but he's got the targets out there with Roddy White and Tony Gonzalez, and he's got to make tier 3.
Taking a look at tier 4, we start with Donovan McNabb out there at the Redskins now. He's going to have a lot to prove after being traded within the division, but he doesn't have nearly as many weapons with the Redskins, but he still could have a fantasy relevant season. Number 15, we got Alex Smith. Really started to come into his own last year, and with Vernon Davis, Crabtree, Frank Gore all out with the Niners, they could put up a lot of points this year. And the last guy in this tier, Carson Palmer with the Bengals. He started out last year pretty decent, but he kind of trailed off towards the end, but he's definitely going to be a high-risk, high-reward type player in the later rounds.
Tier 5 starts with number 17, Ben Roethlisberger. Now, we know he's going to be suspended for maybe 6 games due to his off-field shenanigans, but he's had a huge year last year. He's got to be in the rankings.
Yeah, apparently the NFL thinks you should get the same suspension for sexually abusing women as a bathroom as opposed to maybe getting high a couple times, but whatever.
Bengals fans, get out of here. All right, next on the list, we got Chad Henne, a great sleeper. He's got Brandon Marshall for Miami throwing the ball to now. Definitely take a look at Henne late in your drafts. Next, we have Matt Leinart. He's got the reins out there in Arizona with Kurt Warner being gone. You know the deal out there. They throw the ball a lot of targets. In number 20, we have Matthew Stafford. Coming into his second season, we figure he's going to be improved a little bit, and he still has Megatron to throw the ball to. And rounding out tier 5 is number 21, David Garrard. Not the most amazing passing numbers, but a little boost. He did lead all quarterbacks in rushing yards last season.
Moving into tier 6, we start with Vince Young. He has a huge luxury out there with having Chris Johnson as a running back. Defenses had to spend so much time and energy on stopping him. Should open up the pass a little bit for Young, but don't expect huge numbers. Next, we got Matt Castle. The Chiefs have a good running game this year as well with Thomas Jones and Jamal Charles, Hopefully the offensive line can give Castle some time to throw the ball and get Dwayne Bowe involved. Moving down, we got Jason Campbell out there with the Raiders. The Raiders are kind of an interesting team this year. We think they'll definitely be better. We think Campbell will be a big reason for why they're better. They could put up a few points this year. Moving down, we got Mark Sanchez. I know we're going to get a lot of crap from putting him this low, but he really didn't have that great of a year. The Jets are a run-first, defensive-oriented team. They do have a good receiving core, but we just don't think Sanchez is going to get enough throwing opportunities to make him fantasy relevant. And the last guy in this tier is Kyle Orton. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but he threw for more yards than Flacco last year. He threw for more yards than Cutler. But losing Brandon Marshall and having two young quarterbacks breathing down his neck, it's just a tough situation out there for Orton.
Tier 7 starts with Matt Moore. We figure he's going to be the starter, not Jimmy Clausen for Carolina. And he really had a decent end of the year last season. One big boost was he had a good chemistry with Steve Smith. Next on our list, we have Matt Hasselbeck out there in Seattle. Now, there might be a little bit of a quarterback battle, but when we're talking this low, he does Seattle. Whoever wins that job is going to have some weapons. Hopefully, TJ has a bounce back year. Next, we have Josh Freeman. He's going to do his second year of the league. They helped him in the draft, getting him some receivers, and Kellen Winslow did look promising and had a good chemistry with Freeman. And then we got at number 30, 31, and 32, Trent Edwards, Dake Delhomme, and Sam Bradford. These are all NFL starters, but please God, I hope they're not the starters on your fantasy team.
That's it for the quarterbacks for 2010 season. Sign up for those games. We want to see you in there. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. Don't forget to check out all of our other tiers and rankings and get into our forums if you want to start talking some football. It's finally here, just around the corner. I'm Dustin. This is Brent. We'll see you next time.